So, I've been processing and healing and understanding that it's going to take a minute and all that jazz. You know what would be wise? I have a microphone that I could be using, but I'm charging my phone. So, right, so I've been processing and healing again. And I have understood that I have, in fact, been depressed. But, still doing well by myself as far as just making sure my responsibilities are covered. But yeah, it's hard out here emotionally, physically, financially, economically. You'd think those are the same, but they're not. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that fucking bananas? But with that being said, I am somebody who is relationship based. That's not just because of my astrology chart. It's just my expertise, Once you really understand the golden rule, relationships get a little bit easier to understand. So, I'm realizing that there are, there's just a lot of expectations when it comes to people who don't really understand the golden rule. And I'm saying that as somebody with relatively high expectations. But even then, I think mine are very basic. I think there's just it's not emphasized enough in our learning curriculum in this country. Dare I say my region, but I don't know. My expertise is my region, but even then, I don't know. I like how I look like just a floating head talking to you, and I'm just like, yeah, so it's lit. I would if I could. Yeah, so then I was just, I don't know. Yeah, but either way, a lot of processing, a lot of learning again, and I'm also just realizing that, yeah, that difference is striking, but I'm doing really good at recognizing it. And I've always been pretty good at recognizing it, but I'm getting way better at acting on when I recognize it, and just making sure I'm not just doing shit for plot. Like, it's because I really want to do it, and not because it's just like, this would be great filler. I'm like, I don't have to keep, I'm like, I know what my goal is. I know what I want. Filler, you gotta accept it when it's there. You gotta accept it when it's there. Wow. And that's why they call me well-being fairy. You gotta accept it when it's there. And you gotta accept it when it's not. And it's all just, it all goes hand in hand. And none of it's easy. But you gotta do it. And I'm at this point now where I'm trying to accept a little bit better again. But I have to be true to how I really feel. And that balance is being learned. And there is a lot more tears. And I don't even mean to roll my eyes. It's just the fact that, yeah. But it's also like, dude, I still handle my business. I just saw the time frame. I still handle my business. That's just what I gotta do. But there's another layer of acceptance that I have to reach, and I'm just like, oh God. And then there's gonna be more, and then more, and then more, and then more. And I'm just like, just get it out. Just get it out. I know that's the whole point in the acceptance part. But I'm just like, sheesh. Who cares? But that's maybe my Leo part too. I don't know. Somebody called me crazy today. And it was funny. It was in jest. And I liked it. I'm just like, dang, am I? I have to think about it. And I explained myself, and she was just like, yeah. I'm like, what? I really don't know what I look like. I keep forgetting. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong. But, yeah, I just move how I feel. I move how I feel, baby. And it's interesting, watching people move, but then act like, I don't know. It's just all weird. But that's acceptance. Creepy sounds. It's all acceptance anyway. Well, that's all I had to say, I think. You know where to find me, cuz. In fact, let me look at my schedule. I can make that work. You know where to find me. Yeah.